Have you ever wondered why certain family patterns, such as fear, anxiety, or even health issues, seem to persist over time? What if I told you that the trauma your grandparents faced might still be influencing your life today? This isn't just speculation. Science has shown that trauma can be passed down through generations. Stay with me as we explore the groundbreaking research behind generational trauma and uncover how it might be affecting you. Here's something that might surprise you. Trauma doesn't just impact the person who experiences it directly. Emerging research in epigenetics reveals that trauma can actually alter your DNA and be passed down to future generations. This means that the emotional pain, fear, or anxiety your ancestors endured may still live within you. But how is this possible? Generational trauma, also known as intergenerational or transgenerational trauma, refers to the transmission of the effects of trauma from one generation to the next. This often happens without anyone realizing it. Historically, we've seen this in communities that experience major collective traumas, such as the descendants of Holocaust survivors, indigenous communities, and victims of slavery. But trauma isn't always something so widely known. It could be as personal as the unresolved emotional wounds of a parent or grandparent, shaping the way future generations think, feel, and react. So how exactly does trauma travel across generations? It's a question that has puzzled scientists and psychologists for years. Enter epigenetics, the study of how your environment and experiences can alter the expression of your genes. This field of science is revealing fascinating insights into how trauma can leave a lasting mark on your genetic makeup. Trauma doesn't change the DNA sequence itself, but it can change how certain genes are turned on or off. These modifications are known as epigenetic changes, and they can have profound effects on your health and well-being. These changes can be inherited by the next generation. This means that the experiences of your parents and even your grandparents can influence your own genetic expression. Think of it like a light switch. Just as a switch can turn a light on or off, epigenetic changes can activate or deactivate certain genes. Trauma can flip certain switches in your genes, making some genes more active while others become suppressed. This can lead to a range of effects on your body and mind. These changes are passed down and can impact your stress levels, emotional regulation, and even susceptibility to mental health conditions like anxiety and depression. Understanding this process can help us develop better strategies for healing and prevention, offering hope for future generations. Research has demonstrated the real effects of this phenomenon. For instance, studies on the descendants of Holocaust survivors found higher levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, in their bodies. Similarly, Native American communities show elevated rates of PTSD, depression, and anxiety due to the historical trauma their ancestors faced. These examples help illustrate just how deep the impact of generational trauma can go. It's not just about what happened decades ago. It's about how those events still shape the emotional and psychological health of families today. So, how do you know if you're affected by generational trauma? There are several signs to watch out for. Unexplained anxiety, irrational fears, or intense emotional reactions that don't seem tied to your personal experiences may be clues. You might also notice recurring patterns in your family, things like emotional detachment, avoidance, or conflict that seem to repeat over time. It's important to recognize these patterns, not as failures, but as signals that something deeper might be at play. The good news is that generational trauma isn't a life sentence. It may feel overwhelming, but there are ways to break free from its grip. Healing is possible, and it begins with awareness. Recognizing the patterns and understanding their origins is the first step towards change. Therapy, particularly trauma-focused approaches like EMDR, which stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, can be incredibly effective. Another effective method is cognitive behavioral therapy, often referred to as CBT. These therapies help reframe negative thought patterns. They can help individuals work through these deeply ingrained emotional wounds, providing tools to cope and heal. Another powerful tool is mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can create a sense of calm and presence. Studies show that mindfulness-based practices can reduce the impact of trauma by teaching you how to observe your thoughts and feelings without being overwhelmed by them. This can be a game changer in managing stress and anxiety. Additionally, reconnecting with family members to talk openly about past traumas can be a step toward breaking the cycle. Open communication fosters understanding and healing, creating a supportive environment for everyone involved. Engaging in self-help resources, such as books and workshops, can also provide valuable insights and strategies for healing. Remember, the journey to healing is personal and unique, but with the right tools and support, it is entirely possible. So, what can you do today to start healing from generational trauma? The journey to healing can seem daunting, but taking small practical steps can make a significant difference. Acknowledge the patterns. Start by recognizing any emotional patterns or behaviors in your family that might be linked to trauma. This awareness is the first step towards breaking the cycle. Reflect on your family history and identify recurring themes or behaviors that may have been passed down through generations. Seek professional help. Consider therapy, especially modalities that focus on trauma. Therapists trained in trauma can provide you with tools and strategies to process and heal from these deep-seated wounds. Don't hesitate to reach out for professional support. It can be a crucial part of your healing journey. Practice self-compassion. Understand that these feelings aren't your fault, but you can take steps to change them. Be kind to yourself and recognize that healing is a process. Engage in activities that nurture your well-being, such as meditation, journaling, or simply taking time for self-care. Open family conversations. If it's possible, talk with your family about past traumas to bring these issues into the light. Honest conversations can foster understanding and support within the family unit. It may be challenging, but addressing these issues openly can pave the way for collective healing. Practice mindfulness and grounding techniques. Grounding yourself in the present moment can help reduce the power trauma holds over you. Techniques such as deep breathing, yoga, or walking barefoot on grass can help you stay connected to the present and diminish the impact of past traumas. Incorporate these practices into your daily routine to build resilience and foster a sense of peace. Generational trauma may feel like an invisible chain, but remember, you have the power to break it. By understanding its roots and taking action, you can create a healthier, more resilient future for yourself and the generations to come. If this video resonated with you, please hit the like button, share it with someone who might benefit, and subscribe to Mente Sano for more content on mental health and personal growth. Together, we can break the cycle and build a better tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Stay strong, stay mindful, and we'll see you in the next video.